ourselves out of this predicament if we don't begin to look at strengthening families. When we look at what's going on in Chicago, the horrendous homicide rates in Chicago, when we look at the horrendous homicide rates in Baltimore, Philadelphia, we cannot get ourselves out of this situation unless we begin to look at a family strengthening model. You cannot strengthen a family without a father and a mother. You cannot strengthen a family without a meaningful job and opportunities that allow you to live in a community where you can thrive in a community. And until there's a greater emphasis on family, a large percentage of the dollars in Baltimore seem to be spent building up downtown in Canton. There needs to be a renewed sense of investment in the community. Unless that renewed sense of investment is placed back in the community, we're going to still have this conversation 20 years from now, man. Because the lion's share of the children that live in Baltimore, an overwhelming number of children that live in Baltimore absolutely live in a war zone. I have a little cousin. My little cousin is 10 years old. He's already seen three dead bodies, and he's 10 years old. He lives in the southwest section of the city. He's 10 years old. He's already seen 3 dead bodies in the year 2009. And we should be outraged.
Why aren't we?
Because I think it's business as usual. When you look at the homicides and the levels of violence in Baltimore City, if our white sisters and brothers were getting killed and shot in Roland Park or in Pikesville at the same rate that African-American males were being shot,
state of emergency.
There would be literally a state of emergency. Ken Harris was killed. You would have thought that you had a very upstanding, prominent, outstanding city councilman, businessman, that he was shot and killed, and there was minimal outrage for a minimal period of time. Had it been a white businessman in Roland Park or Pikesville, there would be a consistent outcry for justice.
And a national holiday.
National holiday. It almost seems that if you black, even if you poor and black, educated and black, it almost seems like our issues are consistently marginalized. And the death of Ken Harris is one glaring example of that. But we're in trouble, man. We're in trouble. And I just don't think that the city officials, people at the state level realize, and the shooting of the little girl Raven, again, is another glaring example that a large percentage of our children absolutely are being raised in war zones.
You talked about green jobs the first time we got together.
Yeah.
Green jobs to bring jobs, employment, to bring money to folks who are living in this. Is that the solution?
I think green jobs is one solution, but I think business development, hiring businesses, grooming entrepreneurs within this Pennsylvania Avenue corridor that can then begin to open up the businesses and the stores and shops. There's no reason why a laundromat or a drugstore or a health and beauty store should not be owned by African Americans that live in the community. There was absolutely no way in the year 2009 that someone of Korean descent should own the majority of the businesses and stores in our community. That is absolutely illogic, and that is a business model predicated on failure.